Here we are, lesson 5. I'm so pumped. I'm so up to teach you this because I'm going to introduce you to a world-class memory feat. You're going to do something in this lesson that I guarantee you that you have never done before in your life, and I bet you've never met a person in your life that's going to do what you're going to learn to do. Guess what it is? You ready for this? This is called learning how to put a 20-digit number in your mind. 20 digits. Can you believe that? A psychologist will say if you can hear 10 numbers and give it forwards and backward at hearing it once, that's an amazing thing. What a memory you have. But you're going to go way beyond that, double that. 20 numbers and hear it once and repeat it forward and backwards hearing it one time. You say, Jack, why would I want to do that? What's the purpose of doing this, Jack? The purpose is, this is baby steps. This is training for you. This is exercising your mind, preparing you for some other super events we're going into in lesson 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to advance you phenomenally on this. This is just baby steps, getting you prepared to do some amazing feats. This is child's play compared to what we're going to be doing under other lessons and advancing you in these mnemonic devices. Now think about this, a 20-digit number. What would happen if you taught children, let's say in kindergarten? My daughter, as I told you in one of the earlier lessons, I gave her a 20-digit number when she was 5 years old. Christy heard it, gave it forward, backward after hearing it one time. What do you think that did for her self-esteem? What do you think that did for her sense of confidence? That she's a learner. I can learn anything I want to do. Anything I want to learn, I can do it because I have a system. See, this is systems. You could not do this without a system. You have 3 natural memory systems: immediate memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Without a memory system, you could not put 20 numbers or 20 facts or items of anything in your mind. You just can't hold that much without using a system. Your immediate memory, for example, can only hear one thing, focus on one thing, and then the duration is just a few seconds. It's just a few seconds in that immediate memory. They only can focus on one thing. It's only a few seconds, and then it's gone forever. If you don't know how to attend to it, to focus right at that second when someone's giving you some information to remember. The short-term memory is the next natural memory system. You have the short-term memory. It can pick up about 7 to 9 items, unrelated items. But 20 things, that's almost impossible. The long-term memory, you can put as much in there as you want to, but you have to learn how to process it from the immediate memory to the short-term memory and then to long-term memory. I'm teaching you how to give meaning to it, how to focus on it. You focus by giving meaning. By doing something to it, by associating it, you're beginning to give meaning to it. And then by chunking it, by numbering it, by giving action to it, by using those 8 learning enhancers that I've taught you, this really helps to lock it into your short-term memory so you can rehearse it intelligently, go over it and recall it, and then you can take it and process it over into the long-term memory because you've learned how to do this. Now, let me tell you a little story. Back about 1990, I met Wayne Huizenga. Wayne Huizenga is a billionaire. In the Forbes magazine, he said he was one of the top entrepreneurs of all the United States in Forbes. And he has owned the Marlins. He used to own the Marlins. And he started Blockbuster Video. He started the Panthers and the Dolphins. And I met Wayne in 1990. Here's a cute little story. This is how I advanced my career, by meeting Wayne. Wayne Huizenga, I met him and I said, Wayne, I'd like to show you some things I think would be really helpful for you, your family, and your companies. He said, I'm interested in what you're doing. He said, meet me in my office at 6 a.m. in the morning. So I went to his office at 6 a.m. in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I met him. He said, Jack, normally I would have had 30 minutes with you, but I'm going to London in the next week, opening up several new Blockbuster stores. It's when he owned Blockbuster Video. He said, so I don't only got 2 minutes with you. And I was thinking, I have 2 minutes with Wayne. I have 2 minutes with Wayne. And what can I do in 2 minutes to grab this billionaire's attention. What can I do? So I said, Wayne, take out a piece of paper. And I want you to write down 30 numbers. I didn't do 20. I'm going to show you in this tape 20, but I did 30. But I'll show you later on how to do 100 if you wish. But I said, give me a 30-digit number, Wayne, at random. Write down 30 numbers in sequence and call it off one time. Then I want you to put the paper down. We can talk about anything you wish. Then I'll give the number to you, forward, backward, any way you want it to recall it, to retrieve it. He said, you can do this. And I said, yes, sir. So he gave him the 30 numbers. They put the paper down. He began talking to me about some things of his business. About 5 to 10 minutes went by, and he looked at me. He says, Jack, do you still know that number? And I said, yes, sir, I do. So he picked it up. He said, well, give it to me. I said, which way you want me to give it to you, forward or backward? He said, I don't care. It's just amazing. Whatever way you can. Give it to me forward perfectly. Didn't miss one. Again, I'm not bragging on myself. I want to be very clear with this, make a disclaimer. I'm not bragging on me. I'm bragging the techniques. They've worked for literally millions of people, and they'll work for you. So I did it forward perfectly. I did it backward perfectly. He looked at me and said, Jack, this is amazing. He said, what are you doing next week? And I said, what do you mean? He said, how would you like to go with me to London on my private jet? I'd like you to teach my family this, my friends, and I have a lot of my coworkers and my companies. I'd like for them to be exposed to this, and how would you like to teach for 5 hours going over to London? I said, yes. Well, that advanced my career. Just this one simple technique. I was teaching at Miami Lakes Indian Country Club many years ago. This was back about 1984, and I taught there 2 years, all 495 of their employees, and our techniques, our learning techniques. And after they used these techniques, we worked with them on our program called The Dynamics of Remembering Names and Faces. We taught them how to remember the guest names. Well, they won 2 national awards with our techniques. They became the #1 resort in all of America for customer contact skills, and next year, #1 resort in all of America for employee relations. They won 2 national awards. PBS said, Jack, would you come on our show and bring the president and show what did your company do to enable them to win 2 national awards? So we brought on the president, and I showed as a live show. The PBS producer, he said, Jack, he said, I saw that 20-digit number thing, or that 30-digit number you did. He said, this is amazing. He said, how would you like to have your own TV show? So that launched a whole national show. This one feed I'm showing you right here, it launched a national show on PBS, the first that's ever done in human history, a 13-hour program in the history of the United States on PBS of how the mind works and human retrieval and storage. So this is a phenomenal thing. It could open up many, many doors for you. So we're going to have fun doing this. So I'm going to teach you how to put a 20-digit number in your mind and then to recall it forward or backward. And I cannot wait to see your face. I wish I could see your face in this. We want to expand the topical system. The topical system, now we're going to expand this, and we have right now 10 images in the topical system. We'll give you 10 more. So this will be your pre-coded framework, so you can put into this 20 numbers in sequence. We're going to lay down this sequence, continue with 10 more places. Remember we said the Greek word topos means place, and topical, the Greek word for topical is topos. It means place. So what's the first place, the second place in sequence for whatever you're trying to learn or remember? Now let's review the topical system. First of all, we have the mailbox. I want you to see now a mailbox. Visualize a mailbox. Now have movement. If I was in a group with you, we're in a room, I'd have you stand up and act this out, because the psychomotor memory, this kinesthetic memory, really helps to reinforce the imagery and helps to lock it vividly into your mind's eye if you'll move your body. So mailbox, get your body moved. If you're in the group there with somebody, if you're listening to the CD or the tape, move your body. So you open up the mailbox and you walk down the driveway. Then now I want you to get up on the front porch. Now open up the front door. Now go into the coat closet. Go into the coat closet. Now I want you to go into sit down in the lounge chair. That's the first 5. That's the first 5. So go through those again one more time with me. That's the mailbox, walk down the driveway, go on the front porch, open the front door, and go in the coat closet. Let's get the next 5. They're chunked. They're in sections of 5. It makes it easier to put those in your mind. The next 5. Now we're going into the living room. I want you to sit down on the lounge chair. Now I want you to turn on the lamp in order to do what? Remember, read the newspaper. Now you're tired and you want to retire on the sofa. So you're lying, stretching out on the sofa. You want some entertainment, so you turn on the TV. Excellent. Review that. Go over and over that and make sure that you've done all the exercises in your book here. Now let's continue with our journey, our house journey in the topical system, and put 10 additional places in your mind. You can do this. Let's have some self-talk. Hey, we can do it. We're doing it. It's excellent. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? So remember, we're not memorizing, we're visualizing. Just see it in your mind's eye. Next 10 places. Let's take the next 5, then we'll go to the next 5. There'll be 10 more will give us 20 in the total topical memory system. Now we're going to go into the kitchen. Walk to the kitchen table. First of all, I want you to see the kitchen table. You can look in your book, you see this. See the kitchen table. Maybe you're rubbing the kitchen table, and there it is, laid out all the food on the kitchen table. Now you're going to sit down in the kitchen chair. That's the next place. The first place there is a kitchen table. Sit down at the kitchen chair. Now you're through eating. Now you're going to take the dishes. This is a transition item. That's not the place. You're going to take the dishes and put them in the sink. So sink is your next place. Now give that back to me. Kitchen table. Sit down at the kitchen chair. Now take the dishes and put them in the kitchen what? Sink. Very good. That's 3. Now we're going to take the leftovers from the stove. Go open the stove. Open the stove up. Kind of cranky little stove. Open the stove up. Take the leftovers from the stove. And now you're going to place those in the refrigerator. Fantastic. Very good. Place them in the refrigerator. Now that gives you those 5. Review those with me in the topical system. You've been called into the kitchen. You're at the kitchen table. You want to sit down at the kitchen chairs. And now you're taking here you have the dishes, you place them in the sink. Dishes, remember, is not a place. That's just a transition item in your mind to transfer you from the chair, the table there, and get you to the kitchen sink. Kitchen sink. Now I want you to take the leftovers from the stove and put those in the refrigerator. Very good. Give each other a high five. I'm proud of you. You're doing so well. Let's get the next 5 down. That'll give you 20 places total for the topical system. Now, we're going to go to getting ready to go to bed. We're going to take a shower. So you see yourself in the shower. You're in the shower and you're rubbing there. You got your arms and rubbing your legs and scratching your head and everything. You're in the shower. So really get involved in the shower. If you was in a group, I'd have you all stand up until like you're washing your body. Okay, get in the shower. You're in the shower. Now you want to go to the medicine cabinet. Open the medicine cabinet. You're brushing your teeth and doing these things, preparing for bed. So we're in the shower. Then we're through the shower. The next place is your medicine cabinet. Now let's get in the bed. We're going to lie down in our bed. We're lying in our bed. So see yourself lying in the bed. Now I want you to do what? I want you to open up a book. You're reading a book there before you go to sleep. You're retiring there. You're resting. You're winding down for the day. You pick up a good book and you're reading a book. So see, flip the pages, and you're going in the place where you left off in the book. So you're reading the book. Now I want you to set your alarm clock. So you see yourself, pick up the alarm clock. I have an alarm clock in my hand. I'm picking it up and I'm setting my alarm clock for the morning. So you have a different time you have to get up. Perhaps you have to travel somewhere, get up a little earlier than you normally do. Setting your alarm clock. That's the last 5 of those, that chunk. That gives you 20 places. Now, for these 20 places, let's review the last 10, okay? Let's review those, and then we'll go through all 20, review those. You're in the living room, and you've been called into the kitchen. So you sit down at the kitchen table. Try to do this with your eyes shut, and don't look at the book. Close the book and try to see it in your mind. Shut your eyes and try to see it in your mind's eye. Sit down at the kitchen table. What's the logical order of this? There's logic in this. There's an order, a sequential reason behind what you're doing. Kitchen table, kitchen chair. Now we go to the kitchen sink. Very good. Now we're going to do what? We're going to go to the stove. Very good. I'll pause a little bit and you say it before I say it, okay? Then we go to taking the leftovers and placing those in the grate, refrigerator. Now the next 5. Then we go to the shower. Very good. Preparing for bed. And then what's after shower? We've taken a shower. Now we open up the what? Medicine cabinet. Very good. Then we go where? Lying in our bed. Very good. Then we're reading what? A book. Then we're going to, tell me, set the alarm clock. Very good. You're a genius. This is good. This is so much fun. Now give me the first 10. We're going to open the mailbox. Kind of stick your hand out until like you're opening the mailbox. Get some kind of movement involved. It's going to help you to reinforce this and help to recall it. Open the mailbox, walk down the driveway, get on the front porch. It's so important to me. Drill you on this to have it locked in order to learn this 20-digit number, this world-class feat of hearing 20 numbers and giving it forward and backward. You have to have this sequence in your mind because we're going to put these numbers sequentially into this pre-coded framework called the topical memory system. So we have the mailbox, driveway, getting on the front porch. Then we're going to do what? Open up the front door, then go into the coat closet. That's the first 5. Now we're going to sit in the lounge chair, turn on the lamp, in order to read the newspaper. Very good. We're going to do what now? Lie on the sofa there, and we're going to turn on the TV. Very good. Get some high fives around the room. Everybody's doing well. Say, you're a genius, you're a genius, you're a genius, you're a genius. I love teaching. This is my passion. I was born for this. I just love doing it. I love turning people on to learning. The joy of learning. Oh, please listen to my voice. The joy of learning. Oh, there's so many people out there that know nothing about the joy of learning. You are a natural born learner. You're a human being. By virtue of being a human being, you have this desire to want to know, understand, and discover things. Your mind is infinitely upgradable. Did you hear that? Oh, please listen to me. Take these tapes, take it to school, share it with your teachers, turn students on to the joy and fun of learning. And you can learn anything you want to learn. You're not stupid, you're not incompetent, and therefore you can become anything you want to become. Oh, it would help our whole nation, especially with the president's emphasis on education. Education, education. This is such a crucial focus for all of us should be. We're hurting all of us by not helping everyone learn how to use their abilities or God-given mental abilities. Now, 20 numbers. Before we do this, I just want to tell you one little story. With all these techniques, one of my students took these techniques with the different systems, and he said, Jack, I want to learn. I'm really into in my Sunday school class and learning Bible verses. So I showed him how to take these techniques, and guess what he did? He put the entire book of Philippians, word for word, with these techniques. I'm going to show you this later on. And then he went from there and memorized the whole book of Ephesians, word for word. He still has it in his mind right now. Dan Phillips has done amazing things with this. One of my students, he was listening with the topical system. His boss said, I've got 20 new procedures. It was gathered about 30 employees. So I have 20 new procedures we're doing. And I want to pass this out to you, and I want to go over these right now in the next hour. So he went over the 20 procedures and new procedures. And then Jim came up to his boss, and he said, I have those 20 in my mind. He said, I just was talking about this, and you locked it in your mind. He said, yes, give it to me, quiz me. And so he gave it to him forwards, backwards, in sequence, out of sequence by using these systems, these accelerated learning systems. Isn't that amazing? He said, I can't believe this, Jim, what you did with this. Oh, so many students have used this to improve their minds, and you can do this also. Now, here's what we do. When a person says to you, they said, well, I hear that you have this accelerated learning system titled You Are a Genius, and you've learned how to listen to a 20-digit number, and you can repeat it forward or backwards after hearing it once. Is that true? You say, yes, I can hear these numbers and I can give it to you tomorrow, next month, and hearing it one time. They say, that's amazing. Would you mind demonstrating? You said, no, not at all. You said, take a piece of paper and write 20 numbers down in sequence and hold it up where I can't see it. Call them off one at a time. For example, you'll say a number, then I'll say, okay, and that's your cue to give me the next single-digit number. So here's how they do it. They'll say, okay, the first number, they're holding it up, and they write down a number, and you can't see it. They say, the first number I want to give you is 6. And so 6 for you, remember, is not a 6. 6 for you is a picture of a monkey's tail. Now watch what I'm going to do. Here's the fun part. I'm going to take the visual symbol system, and I'm going to combine it, join it with the topical system, and you're going to do some memory magic. You ready? This is going to be so much fun. The aha, the epiphany, the eureka is going to take place any second in your mind. Watch. They give you a 6. Guess what you do with the 6? You take the 6 and put it in your first place. Your first place is the mailbox. Now, why? You say, well, Jack, why do you put the monkey monkey's tail, the monkey in the mailbox, because it's the first place of the 20 places in the topical memory system. It's the first place. So you just don't take the monkey and sit him on top of the mailbox. That's too ordinary. You really have to get that right brain involved and really see it, make action. That's when you really want to start using these 8 learning enhancers that I taught you in lesson 2. So what would I do with it? Here's what a memory expert would do with it. I open the mailbox up, and guess what? I'm going to use exaggeration. I see thousands of monkeys. Thousands of monkeys climbing out there. Maybe they grab hold of me and start biting. Honey, please come here. Help me. The monkeys are eating me. The thousands of monkeys are all over me. Or maybe I open up and maybe it's King Kong. Maybe there's a huge monkey. Here's King Kong, and he's inside of the mailbox. And he pulls me out inside the mailbox. Inside the mailbox. Somebody get me out of the mailbox, please. So here I am inside the mailbox, and King Kong's got a hold of me, and I'm screaming and yelling, and just see the wilder it is. Where we said number 7, the 7th booster. The 7th learning enhancer is what? Absurdity. The number 6 is action. A lot of action. The number 8 is emotion. Get your emotions involved. So the funnier, the wilder, the crazier it is, that's going to imprint this. That's going to indelibly lock it into your mind's eye. So use action, imagination, creativity. Make it fun. The next number they give you is number 3. 3 for you is not a 3. What's a 3 for you? 3 for you is lips. So what do? The next place on our journey is the driveway. So you're putting lips on the driveway. Let's say perhaps that you've been traveling around the world on a cruise with your grandmother. Your grandmother comes back, and she's never done this. You took her on this cruise, and greatest thing she's done in her life, but she's really missed home. So she comes home, and she sees the driveway, and she gets down and starts kissing all the drive. Oh, I miss my home. I miss my home. I'm kissing it. I said, Granny, get up, and you're just embarrassing all of us. I love my home. And you try to pick her up, and her lips... Our lips are just stuck to the driveway. Granny, get off the driveway. All neighbors come in and say, what's wrong with you? You're flipped out here. So see what I'm doing? Using imagination. You have that ability. We all do. I wasn't like this in school. In high school, I never acted like this or never used my mind like this. But in college, I did. I started making A's and teaching other people to make A's, making the dean's list, going and graduate from high school, graduate from college, get their MBA, get their MD degrees with this program. I could tell you stories and stories and stories how people have used this and given the confidence and the tools for human retrieval and storage. You can store thousands of things, books in your mind. Amazing. One of my students, he took his entire Greek textbook and put it in his mind with this program, in sequence, out of sequence, because you're learning how to learn. We're never taught how to learn. We're told what to learn, never taught how to learn anything. Perhaps for the first time in your life, you're learning how to learn. I see people cry this program. Now let's continue. Here we go. I want you to see, going up on the front porch. On the front porch now, we have number 4. The number they give is number 4. And the 4 to you is not a 4, it's a sailboat. And the next place in your journey is the front porch. So you have this sailboat that's on the front porch. And it's all this, maybe there's been a hurricane, and you couldn't get out of your house, and the sailboat is landed upon the front porch, and people are inside. Hey, get me out! I'm in the sailboat! Get me out of the sailboat! Hey, help me! Help! And they're trapped in this sailboat, and you're up there saying, I can't, and the gas is starting to leak. It's going to blow! It's going to... And it's blowing up on your front porch with the sailboat. There's fire, and then the fire trucks have come there. So what am I doing? Using my imagination. He said, Jack, this is crazy. I hope I can forget this stuff. So I really want you just to visualize it, see it in your mind's eye, and get connected, get that visceral connection to the whole thing. Then it will stay there for a long time. Now, what are you doing? You're going now to the front door. Open the front door up. And the next number they give you is number 8. And number 8 for you is a what? It's a snowman. It's not this abstract, intangible Arabic 8. It is your right brain visual representation. It's a snowman. And so he is perhaps a doorman. The snowman is a doorman. And you to go through him. It's called substitution. So it's all cold. The door is cold, and the snowman is opening up the door for you, the doorman. Good morning, James. I'm opening the door for you. So there is Jack Frost or something. Open the door. So had this funny thing going on there with the door with the snowman for the door. So see it. Maybe he's painted on the door as a snowman. It's dripping and it's all made out of him. So really visualize that. It's number 8. So that's the 8th number they've given you. See, what you don't want to do, you don't want to say to yourself over and over. For example, the normal way of doing this, you would say, okay, the first number is 6. Okay, we got 3, then we got 4, then 8. Okay, we got 6, 3, 4, 8, 6, 3, 4, 8, 6, 3, 4, 8. Okay, give me the next number. Come on, 6, 3, 4, 8, 6. See, that's just like juggling. There's no way you can keep in your mind 20 numbers. You say, well, Jack, maybe I can. Well, can you do 100? Can you do 200? I'll teach you how to do 1,000 numbers. Wow, you're kidding. No, I'm not. You can put 1,000 numbers with this. As we're going to show you as we go into lesson 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, how you can put 1,000 numbers, a 1,000-page book. We're going to increase your visual symbol system, the pegs, to 1,000 pegs. One of my students right now at Jackson Memorial Hospital, a medical doctor in Miami, Florida, he came to me and he's putting a 1,000-page medical book in his mind with this program. You are a genius. This is phenomenal. What you can do with this is beyond belief. Now let's continue. We have what? The front door. And then you have what? In that front door, you have the 8, the snowman. Now we're going into our closet. In the closet, open the door up. The next number they give you is 0. A 0 for you. Remember this? We did with our pegs to begin with. A 0 is a baseball. So the thing is, the closet is full of just thousands of baseballs. I mean, just bulging. We open it, rolling out. There you are, it's rolling and you're falling on the ground. And baseballs are all of you. I love baseball, but I didn't know I loved it that much. You got all these baseballs just coming out, rolling on your feet, and you're rolling on all these baseballs. So 0 is baseball. A closet full of just thousands of baseballs. That's called exaggeration, which is number 4 of your enhancer, of your 8 learning enhancer. See why it's important to go back and use these to really activate that imagination of yours. Because you have imagination. You're a human being. You're creative, so creative. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to go now to the lounge chair. So in the lounge chair, and what do you have? That's number 1. They give you number 1. Number 1 for you is not a number 1, it's a pen. You're sitting on a pen. So sit on a pen. Oh, man, what in the world? Pull it out, the southern part of my anatomy. Here I have this. I've sat on a pen. Oh, that hurt. Oh, what is this? This is a big pen. Yep, right. First time, every time, even after you sit on this thing, so I've got to sit on this pen. Now, that's number 1. The next number they give you, we're going to the lamp. Next number they give you is number 7. 7 for you is not a 7. 7 is a mental picture of an upside-down putter, so it's a golf putter. Perhaps there is a golf tournament coming through and the ball has come through the house and it's hit your lamp and it's logged in your lamp, and the whole tour comes through and they start beating on your lamp. Forward. Oh, hey, get out of my house. Whack. They're smacking the lamp and busting the lamp to pieces with their putters. And you've got 7 putter going on with the lamp, smacking and beating the lamp with the number 7. So see how I'm associating, making it, wow, vivid emotions going on. Now we're going to do what? Turn the lamp on in order to read the newspaper. With the newspaper now, let's take the newspaper, and the next number they give you is number 2. 2 for you is not a 2, it's a swan. So take this and turn it into this origami. Origami swan is number 2. Okay, so origami, you work to your craft, it's number 2. Beautiful, fantastic. Now go to your sofa, lie on yourself. You're lying on yourself, and what are you lying on? They give you number 1. 1 for you is not a 1's pen. You're lying on hundreds of pens, like this India Swami is lying on all these pens. Thousands of pens are stuck in your back. So fantastic. Now that's number 1 for the sofa. Now you go turn the TV on. And on the TV, guess what? Number 7. They give you number 7. 7 for you is not a 7. It's a putter. Let's say a golf ball goes through the TV screen, smashes the TV screen. Putters come out of the TV screen. Somebody's playing golf, and it's an announcer. He's walking. He said, yes, be quiet. Here's Tiger Woods, and he's about ready to putt. So he comes through they start walking through your TV like a Twilight Zone thing. This is amazing. Now, guess what? You have the first 10 down. Now, let's review these 10. Go over these in your mind. You've got it locked in your mind. You know all 10 numbers. You can do it forwards and backwards. And let's go to lesson 6 to continue this learning journey.